Hi, it's Tom Rankin. Hey, thanks for the response to some of the emails on the Business 110 course shells I sent you. There's some questions. So, what I thought I'd do is it's easier for me to just show it rather than write it all down. I figured since I got to create my own sections, I would sort of demo it here or attempt to demo it. My skills on technical are fairly limited, but I'll do my best. And the whole intent of this is to give you tools to hopefully support you. And you'll see you've got lots of options to use to whatever extent you want to use it to. Um, so you should have the Blackboard shells, both an online and a seated shell. You should have the Connect course shell. And I'm going to send you all the Connect Learning Academy link, which gives you all the written instructions. Um, There have been some high level changes since spring, which we've tried to incorporate into these shells to hopefully make it easier for you. So, first of all, there have been some Epic implementation and the finalization of that, which, for example, discussions have been changed to collaboration, resources have been changed to resources, course resources. And because of the timing, we're going to have to do some tweaking based on the shell you got and the shell that they finally landed on. Secondly, they did some revisions of all the student learning objectives, so we've included all those in the Connect chapter quizzes, so they're covered for you if you choose to use the course Connect quizzes. We'll show you in a minute. If you don't, then you're going to have to make sure they're covered somehow. Thirdly, the state came down with some new employability skills that we needed to add to the curriculum. So we added them to the discussion boards and we made some videos figuring that would be the easiest way. But again, you got several options. So options you have, in my view, so you can take these shells and you can customize them to your heart's content. I would at a minimum, I would use all the Connect quizzes because I know they cover the SLOs, and therefore I don't have to remember, gee, did I ask that SLO question on my test, and where did I ask it, and all that. It's already in the quizzes that come with the shell. The other thing is the discussion boards already cover the employability skills or the employment skills, so that's another thing that I wouldn't have to worry about if I use those shells. Now, if you want to customize your own tests, your own projects, have at it, right? But if I was going to take the shells and customize it, I, at a minimum, if it was me, would make sure I use the Connect quizzes and use the discussion board. Second option is you can just take the shells as is and you kind of have a course in the box and you have the whole thing, right there, which is kind of nice too. And if you're okay with our project, the projects that are in the master shell and et cetera in the test, then that's another option that you can use. The third option is you can create it all yourself. The only thing you got to make sure of there is you got to make sure you're EPIC compliant and you got to make sure you cover all the revised SLOs, which you can get from Dr. Powers or myself or Dr. Lorenz. And you also have to make sure you cover the new employability skills, which there's a tool set for all of that. If it was me, I would probably do options 1 or 2, but you have the options to do whatever you want to do. So how do you do it? So I'm going to take it and sort of start with my shell. And to me, there's 4 or 5 steps. So just to give you a quick overview so you sort of have an understanding, because for me, I got to understand what we're trying to do here. So the first step is you copy the Blackboard shell to your Blackboard course. And then you'll probably tweak or customize based on if you want additional tabs. You'll have to delete the discussion tab. You'll have to delete the resources tab to customize as you see need. Number 2, in Connect. So the first step is in Blackboard. The second step is to go into Connect and duplicate the shell I've given you to your section. So after steps 1 and 2, you'll have your own Blackboard and your own Connect. Step 3 is to what's called pair in Blackboard. You pair your Blackboard course to your Connect course so that the grades will flow and everything else. Step 4 is to then go into Connect and take each assignment and deploy them to where you want them in Blackboard, which normally will be embedded in the weekly lessons where you want them to be. And then the 5th step is there's an additional site that has all the materials of once the course starts, like how do you change due dates and all of that. But I'm not going to go into that here. We're going to talk about the first 4. So if you think about the first one, copy the Blackboard shell to your Blackboard course. 2 ways to do it the way I do it, which to me is the easiest way, is I let the professionals do it. I just put in a school dude via Eagle's Nest and I say, will you copy this into my Blackboard? If you don't want to, and they're real good. They get it done in a day and it's done and you don't have to worry about it, at least for me, that I screw it up and it's just put in a school dude and it's done. The other option is if you're familiar with Blackboard, you can go into the Blackboard shell and do a course copy into yours. That's if you know how to do all that stuff. To me, the easiest way is just to put in a school dude. And then once you get it, you can customize it. So to make sure it's EPIC format, you're going to want to delete the discussions and delete the resources tabs. That comes with a project, but if you got a project that works for you, that's been working, you can take that one out and put in your own. If you don't like Sunday due dates, you put in your own due dates, whatever you need. If you'd like an extra tab that has a Twitter feed, or I like one that has an email Mr. Rankin tab, customize it as you see fit. So step 1, you take the Blackboard shell, put it into your course, and you customize it as see fit. Step 2 is now you're going to go into Connect and you're going to duplicate your shell to your section. So I'm going to pause it for a minute and we're going to go to... Okay, now I've logged into my Connect and you can see here's the Business 110, my various sections. Here's the master one. Yours may say copy. Notice I've already made a Business 110-4102, Business 110-003. If I want to duplicate this, I just go in here and I'm going to say duplicate section. And I'm going to call it whatever my new section is. I'm going to say Business 110 1172. And I'll continue the new section and it'll give me something like this, and I'll say continue to new section, and your assignments have been copied. It may take a few minutes, but they're all copied in there. And if I go back to my courses and I come down here, notice I just created this new one. And if I go to the section home, sorry, I'm moving around a little bit, but if I make it a large screen, there I got all the quizzes, Learn Smart, tests are down at the bottom. They're all been assigned. They've not been deployed yet, but they're all right there. So I'm going to pause it again and go back. And so that's now we've duplicated the connect shell into my section. So let me pause this again. Okay, so now we've completed step 2. So now we've got taken the Blackboard shell, created our own Blackboard section, gone into connect, taken the connect shell and created a connect duplicate. Now we're on to step number 3. But before we go to step number 3, and you guys may already know this, but for me, Connect World has its own terms that you got to sort of understand, and after hours with technical support, I think I've sort of begun to understand them. There are 3 words you need to understand in the Connect World. There's assign, that's where assignments are assigned within Connect. And when you get the shell, the Connect shell, they're already assigned. That's that little eyeball that's there. But they haven't been paired to any Blackboard course yet, and they haven't been deployed from Connect into Blackboard. So assign means they're assigned within Connect. Pairing means a Connect course has been paired with a Blackboard course, and deployed means that the assignments within Connect have been deployed into my Blackboard course. So right now, all we've done is assigned these things. We haven't paired anything. We haven't deployed anything. So step 3 is now in Blackboard, we need to pair your course to Connect. And there's a whole bunch of instructions here. But let's go ahead and demo it because it's easier for me to demo how to pair this course. Okay, now I've gone into one of my Business 110 Blackboard courses, happens to be 4102. And notice I've dragged all these, copied over. So now I'm going to go down here to Course Tools. And I'm going to go down to McGraw-Hill Higher Education. And I'm going to pair my course with a Connect section. Okay. I want to pair it with an existing section because I've created an existing section. Now, it's going to ask me which one of these sections I want to pair it with. Well, I want to pair it with one of these new Business 110s. And I want to pair it with my Business 110 4102. And I'm going to say Save. And this is going to pop up and say I'm done. And I'm going to say Return to Blackboard. I don't need to. All right, so now I'm paired. Notice I'm paired right here. It says Business 110 4102 to Business 110 4102. All right, I'm going to pause it and we'll go back into Connect. Okay, at this point, we've assigned the assignments within Connect. We've paired our course to from the Connect course to the Blackboard course. Now we're going to deploy those Connect assignments into Blackboard. So I'm going to pause it for a second. Okay, here I am in my Blackboard course, and I've gone to the lessons. So I'll show you I went to lessons, and I went to this first week. And now I want to deploy chapters 1 and 2 in here. You notice I've already put in the chapter 1 quiz. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to assessments, and I'm going to say McGraw-Hill assignments. And notice this one's been deployed. I want chapter 1 in there. Unfortunately, you have to do them one at a time because some are quizzes and some are assignments depending how you set up your grade center. That's how I've done it. I added a category within my grade center for quizzes. I hit submit, and it'll ask me here, this looks good, the categories, assignments. Notice if I wanted it to be quizzes, I could say a quiz. I've made this an assignment. I had to set the quiz up in Blackboard as one of my categories. And now I just say submit. And notice now I have a Learn Smart. So if I wanted to add quiz number 2, because this includes 2 chapter quizzes, again, I'd go up to Assessments, McGraw-Hill. I'd slide on down to quiz number 3, say Submit, quiz number 2, I'm sorry. There it is. Now here it's taken the highest grade, but I want it to be categorized as a quiz in my grade center. You can customize however you want it. Say submit, and now I got quiz number 2. So I just keep going down. Now after I get to chapter 2, I'll then go to the next week folder, go through the same routine. Just simply assessments, McGraw-Hill, pick the one you want for the folder, put them in. Probably take you 20, 30, well, maybe up to an hour, and then you're done. only last step is I've given you this Career Sets Academy, which gives you a whole bunch of more information, like more like when the course starts, if you have to change due dates and all that sort of stuff. So there's all the tools there. And then here's the technical support helpline number you'll give to students, and also if you're like me, you'll use it a ton yourself. Hope this helps. Any questions, let me know.